housekeeping. Someone left this in the sanctuary last week, this folder. Nobody here that was there then, so okay, so it'll be here when they're done. And also a couple of rings were left in the ladies' room last week. Rings, as in rings, not wedding rings. I don't think it was a wedding ring, no. So if you know anybody that's losing it, Mr. Ring, lost a ring, whatever. All kinds of stuff here. Just real quick, a placard says, "You and I are sisters. Remember, if you fall, I will be there to pick you up as soon as I stop laughing."
Yeah, right.
So, and then a t-shirt with a big crab on it saying, "I'm crabby in the morning." And, oh, you're going to love this. On this day, 1960, the 3 #1 hit songs, It's Now or Never, Elvis Presley, I'm Sorry, Brenda Lee, and you're going to hate me for this one, Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. Now you're going to have that one in your mind and going round, 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 round. Also, Scott, hi, in Florida, and everybody else that's in Florida. Hello. He's watching. We talked to him last night. And also, we get big fires around here. I mean, compared to a lot of people, we get big fires. So everyone else, our 275,000 acre fire hopefully is all out. That is a big fire. So this week is the annual Perseid meteor shower. For best viewing is after 1 a.m. Sorry, I know. That is Thursday night, and Friday morning will be the best, but of course Wednesday and Saturday will still be okay, but that's going to be the best. And they're saying that normally it's about 60 an hour, so that's pretty good, yes? What? Eggs?
And farmer's market out front.
Oh, okay.
Farmer's market out front.
Nectarines, tomatoes, eggplant, beets. Go get some beets.
Friends who wanted us to come on my daughter to go park.
Oh, cool.
And so the eggs are back in the
Okay. Cool. So we have eggs and all kinds of stuff. So, hey, that's great. But they are talking that maybe as many as 150 meteors per hour.
Wow.
That's a whole bunch of meteors. So, sesame seeds. Sesame seeds, which vary in color from tan to black depending on their type and preparation, grow in the pods of the flowering plant, native to India and Africa. The pods resemble okra, and like okra, are technically fruits. When they ripen, they split open at the slightest touch, releasing their seeds. Hence, one possible explanation for the expression, "open sesame." You know, we don't know, but there you go. And all kinds of stuff going on at the church this week. Of course, Qigong every Sunday before service, the Emotion Code on Monday. Interchange on Wednesday, William and Sandra. Edgar Casey, ARE on Thursday. And Introductory to Living by Design, a Human Design Workshop by Crystal. Did you want to say anything about that? There you are. Yeah, I was looking for Jan to point me. You did. All I had to do is open my eyes. Ta-da.
Okay, this is an amazing, amazing, amazing tool. So it's the Human Design Chart. It's based on your natal chart, your DNA, your chakras. It combines all this awesome information, and it gives you a really very accurate blueprint of you. And it's sort of like a permission slip to just be you, which I needed.
I don't.
I don't know. Yeah, you probably don't need that. But it does help you to see where you have your shadow areas and where your gifts are, and help you kind of come through the shadow and into your gifts. This is a book that we will be using in the class. And then I have a sign-up sheet here if you want me to do your chart for you or send you the link to do your chart before the class. It's on Friday. It's a free intro class. Go ahead and sign up, and I'll send you the link for that. Also, if you want me to read the chart for you beforehand, I am doing that. It's $60 an hour, or by donation, whatever you can afford. I don't want anyone to not do it because of the cost. So I think that's it. Yeah, I did Janice's. She can share with you about it. It's really a very amazing tool, very eye-opening, enlightening, and it's also a self-study thing. So we're going to continue doing the classes every other Friday, and you'll be able to take the information, contemplate it for yourself, and I'll provide a lot of information, so it's really self-study. So
Cool.
okay.
Thank you.
The first one of the month is free. The second one of the month is $20.
Cool. Pretty. See, roses and other, I don't know what the rest of everything is. What is all there? What is that?
Zinnias and, I don't know, roses. There's lemon verbena in there.
Lumen and verbena.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. All right. We do have a couple patron saints by the name of John Lennon and George Carlin. And John said, "You'll never believe this. All you need is love."
Really?
I know. And George, I think everyone should treat one another in a Christian manner. I will not, however, be responsible for the consequences. Not sure what he meant by that. Got a pretty good idea, though. An invasion of armies can be resisted, but not an idea whose time has come. The more scholastically educated a man is generally, the more he is an emotional bore. Soon after a hard decision, something inevitably occurs to cast doubt. Holding steady against that doubt usually proves the decision. Kind of like buyer's remorse, all that kind of stuff. In the 16th and 17th century, it was fashionable to wear one's wedding ring on your thumb. Huh. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't care. Could be. Could be. Yeah, could be. Many expressions that were used by the Anglo-Saxon are so obscure that it was impossible to trace their development. Such is the case with the word hock, which may stem from a lost term for lifting up, as in the act of lifting a woman in a hearty embrace. In the 12th century, rural folk of Britain were enthusiastic in observing Hocktide, falling during the second week after Easter. It was a season for rude festivities. On Monday, the women of a community would lie in wait for men, seize them, and bound them. No fellow was released until he made a small payment, which was turned over to the leaders of the parish. Men had their turns on Tuesday. That day, they seized the women, forced them to pay a ransom, which usually took in the form of a kiss, an embrace, or a small coin. Any person trapped during Hocktide was in some form of payment. Because of this, it became customary to compare a captured villager with a person in trouble. Those who lost at cards, landed in jail, or accumulated debts were laughingly said to be in hock. The ancient term survived in slang expressions for the many generations and erupted into new prominence when 20th century Yankees applied hock shop to the pawnbroker's establishment. Unlike English villagers, though, most modern operators take their business so seriously they wouldn't think of releasing their claims in return for a Hocktide kiss. Probably not. Experience is a wonderful thing that enables you to recognize a mistake when you make it again. By the time you can make ends meet, they move the ends. Hate that. Thou shalt not weigh more than thy refrigerator. Someone who thinks logically provides a nice contrast to the real world. If you must choose between two evils, choose the one that you've never tried before. I like that. And remember, our church picnic is the 11th of September. So put that on your calendar. Be there, be square. Oh, I did that one. No wonder I recognize that one. 3 men from Texas were sitting together one day bragging about how they had given their new wives duties. The first man had married a woman from Illinois and told her that she was going to have to do the dishes and house cleaning. It took a couple of days, but on the 3rd day, he came home to see a clean house and dishes put away and washed. Actually washed and put away. But the second man married a woman from Michigan. he had given his wife orders that she was to do all the cleaning, dishes, and the cooking. The first day, didn't see any results. But the next day, he saw it was better. And by the third day, he saw the house was clean, the dishes were done, and there was a huge dinner on the table. The third man, however, married a girl from Wyoming. He told her that her duties were to keep the house clean, dishes washed, lawn mowed, laundry washed, and hot meals on the table every single meal. He said the first day he didn't see anything. Second day, he didn't see anything. By the third day, some of the swelling had gone down, and he could see that a little bit out of his left eye. Enough to fix himself a sandwich and load the dishwasher. So. Yeah, those gals from Wyoming. Okay, today I will probably be challenged because I've got like 3 different things to do on the computer for everybody today, so bear with me. Good. At least that one worked.
That goes without saying.
I know.
So Phil's whining about being technically challenged. I really am technically challenged. I'm not sure. I don't want to clean the filter. This next little bit is a clip from a movie called Risen. And it's about the resurrection of Christ. Now, I don't like to watch those because usually it's all about pain and suffering. I can't even see a kitten suffer, much less Christ suffer. So those things really bother me. And usually they're so technically, it's like, oh, this cannot even be real. So this one, though, Risen, it was really good. It was like NCIS Jerusalem. It was really good. The Tribune was on a mission to find out the truth. And he couldn't quite get the truth from people. Anyway, so he ended up following some of the followers. And he said, so why do you follow him? Anyway, here's a clip. I really want you to see this. So take it away, Mr. Phil. That's why. I'm going to be doing a class, an ongoing class, here in the fall. I'm going to start Followers of the Way. That's why we follow him. Not some stupid religion, not somebody else's expectations. Doesn't matter what your genetic makeup is or your religious preferences. That's why we follow him. And if you're interested in knowing more about following the way, just Jesus, you might want to attend that class. Might just want to do that. Okay, I think I'll leave that off. Do you want to start the other one, Phil? I did my very first PowerPoint. And it's not terribly pitiful. Only a little bit pitiful. So DreamQuest was doing the DreamQuest class. The next DreamQuest class is in January. And one of the participants, Mary, brought in, you want to, next slide please, Mr. Phil. Brought in a graphic, or sent us a graphic. And it's about a tapping blessing. Now how many people here are familiar with tapping? Oh, look at that, oh my gosh, how awesome is that? Tapping, sorry, still crying over that other. Tapping is an awesome, incredible, wonderful tool for healing and balancing the body. So if you haven't done tapping yet, we're going to do tapping today. But I want to share with you, I know you can't read this is too small. And there's a couple of misspelled words. This, if you take the W out of that, it's co-workers. So we don't want to. Anyway, so next slide, please, Mr. Phil. The first time I did this tapping blessing, I wasn't feeling very well. So I did it, and within moments, I felt better. And let me say this about that. You know, Phil and I take a walk once a week, 3 times a week. And I was kind of, had low energy, wasn't doing really well, had a hitch in my get along, you know, was kind of just stumbling along. And all of a sudden I just started to swing my arms a little bigger. Next thing you know, my feet are picking up bigger. And I'm taking bigger strides and walking better. So this seems like it shouldn't have anything to do with anything, but it does. I have a handout. I have a handout. Don't write anything down. Have a handout. Attention, please. So even if you're... chillax. Even if you think this can't do anything for me, it's very different. Just swinging my arms made my walk better. So doing some stupid thing like a tapping thing can help. Now, I want us to do this together, and I want us to just kind of go through it really quickly, and then I want to talk about it. And the reason I want you to go through it quickly first is I don't want you to think about it too much. I just want us to do it. So here's the points. Over the eyebrow. And just tap gently. You don't have to knock some sense into your head. Just tap gently. And we're going to say, I bless who I am and how I feel right now. The side of your eye, right here. Side of your eye. I bless my family and how they love me. Don't put any judgment on that, just tap. Under your eye, kind of above the cheekbone right there. Okay, good. I bless my strong and incredibly healthy body. Under your nose, above the lip, the bridge right there. I bless all my friends and wish them love and prosperity. On your chin, right there. I bless all the abundance I already have in my life. Collarbone. Now this one's a little tricky. Let me do this so I'm not tapping on the... It's right in here. Right on, just below the collarbone, right there. Okay, got it? All right. I bless my home and how I live. Your armpit. Now you're not going to go in your armpit. You're going to go down a few inches, so right about there. Tapping in there. Okay? I bless my excellent work, my associates, and my boss. Now then usually in tapping you go to your heel of your hand, but this one we're going to go to the crown, top of your head. I bless my mind and my clear insights. Now in her she said my incredibly wonderful ideas that come to me, whatever. You know, you can choose your own words. That's a word for me, so I tweaked it. I'm sorry. Then I added the heel of the hand. I bless and am blessed. Now even if you can't remember the rest of this and you're out someplace and you're kind of feeling a little low or you're kind of caught up in something, you can just do this part, I bless and am blessed, and it'll reactivate all the rest of it. How cool is that? How cool is that? So then I couldn't leave that alone. Now could I leave that alone? No. Of course. So I thought, what does it mean to bless? I don't know what it means to bless. I mean, I do, but I don't. What does it mean to bless? Next slide, Mr. Phil. So there was lots of different things that we could use, so I've selected 3 that will work for us. This one is, I ask God or Spirit to look favorably upon. So we're going to ask for God's favor upon these different things. Now before you do that, how you feeling any better? Is that like a miracle or what? Now let's talk a little bit about this. We're going to ask God to look favorably upon ourselves and how you feel right now. Well, wait a minute. I feel like crap. That's okay. We're going to ask God's favor upon that. Without judgment, without criticism. Thank you. He even opened it. Oh my God, it's just wonderful. Well, he nearly opened it. He nearly opened it. Let go. Thank you. So this brings up the spiritual tool of allow. Oh, crap. So if you're not feeling so great right now, maybe you're sad or you're hurting, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, you get to allow that. Just be where you are with that. And you're asking God to look favorably upon that. I ask God to look favorably upon that. Then we're going to ask God to look favorably upon my family and how they love me. Well, what if they're mean to you? You know, sometimes family are critical of us because they want us to do better, and in their opinion, we're not toeing the line. So it may seem like criticism, but maybe they just love us in a way that they want us to be better. Maybe they have abandoned us in the past or aren't there for us. They did the best they could. And by asking God to look favorably upon your family and how they love me, again, you're activating that spiritual tool of allow. When we allow things to be as they are, then they can change. That which we resist persists. The more you fight it, the more you're angry about it, the more you struggle against it, the more it's going to be there. So being in that place of allow is a very powerful space. Then we're going to ask God to look favorably upon my strong and incredibly healthy body. Okay, what if you don't feel very strong? And what if you've got health issues? Well, here's the deal. If you cut yourself, your body has its own internal wisdom and can heal itself. And even if you may have physical ailments right now, look at all the physical ailments you don't have. There's not a person in this room that has leprosy. And I would think that would be a really terrible thing to have. So you can thank God and ask God to look favorably upon your incredibly healthy body, because at least you don't have something really horrible, terrible like that. Make sense? So when we ask God to look favorably upon that, we let it go. We're again in that state of that spiritual power tool of allow. We ask God to look favorably upon all of our friends. Don't we want that? Oh God, look out for that person. I really love them. Bring them something really good, would you? Don't you love that? I wish them love and prosperity. That's what we do. If you have friends that don't treat you well, be mindful of ones that do treat you well, or your church friends, whatever. I ask God to look favorably upon the abundance I already have in my life. Oh my gosh, that's a big one, isn't it? We forget. Oh, I don't have this, and I don't have that, and I'm missing this, and I don't have that, and this other thing I need that in my life. Look at what we have. And when we ask God to look favorably upon that, more of that will come. More of that will come. That's the law of abundance, is it not? I ask God to look favorably upon my home and how I live. Don't like how you're living? We are asking God's favor to look upon that. But as you're asking God to look at that, now we get to look at it ourselves. Can I make some changes for myself? Do you have a roof over your head? I ask God to look favorably upon my excellent work, my associates, and my boss. Okay, first of all, this is assuming we do excellent work. And but I think we can assume that. I think that's a good assumption. Because, if you're doing what you're doing, whatever you're doing, if you're putting your whole heart into it and you're doing it with the best that you are, it is excellent. It is excellent. And asking God to look favorably upon your associates or coworkers, your associates. Maybe you've got a coworker that's not so kind and helpful. But by asking God to look favorably upon them, that's bringing goodness to them. When people have goodness brought to them, they're less cranky, snarly, and snarky, and hateful. Remember that big old trailer that was out in the neighbor's yard? That was an ugly, darned eyesore. And I blessed the heck out of that thing. Every day I saw it. How long was that there, Phil? 1.5 years? Yep, 1.5 years. 1.5 years. Every time I looked out my window. Bless that, bring you prosperity and love and whatever you need. So 1.5 years later, he found love, he remarried, and he moved that little trailer. And instead of being mad for 1.5 years, when he left, I was so grateful and I was happy for him. And what was really interesting is there was 3 pine trees between me and the trailer where I was doing the blessing. And the one on either side were a lot smaller than the one that was directly in line with the blessing. So physical things, plants, talk to your plants. They need blessing too, but here was a blessing. Even if you bless coworkers or associates that are a pain in the backside, by blessing them, good things will happen around that situation. And same with the boss. Okay. I ask God to look favorably upon my mind and my clear insights. I don't know about you, but at my age, I'm really glad I have my mind. And I'm really glad it functions most days. Some days I forget words. You know how that is? Oh, where's that word? I know it's a word there somewhere. 2 o'clock in the morning it comes in, but, you know. Oh, there it was. But we ask God to look favorably upon our mind. It's important to have that. And our clear insights. Because the mind can bring insights, creative, intuitive insights, new ideas to us. Make sense? I bless and am blessed. All right, so you ready for this one? Let's start with the eyebrow. I ask God to look favorably upon me and how I feel right now. Side of eye. I ask God to look favorably upon my family and how they love me. Under eye. I ask God to look favorably upon my strong and incredibly healthy body. Under the nose. I ask God to look favorably upon all my friends as I wish them love and prosperity. Chin. I ask God to look favorably upon all the abundance I already have in my life. Collarbone. I ask God to look favorably upon my home and how I live. Armpit. I ask God to look favorably upon my excellent work, my associates, and my boss. Crown. I ask God to look favorably upon my mind and my clear insights. Heel of the hand. I bless and am blessed. Now let that sit in for a minute. How do you feel? Does that feel pretty good? That feels wonderful, doesn't it? Now, you can change God to spirit, higher power, all that is, whatever suits your spiritual patterns, you know, whatever works for you is just fine. But just knowing that there is a source out there greater than yourself that is looking favorably upon every aspect of your life right now. You just asked. Ask and it shall be given. Next slide, Mr. Phil. I pronounce as holy. Oh, I thought I changed the slide. Okay. All right, I didn't. I did, but it didn't save. Okay, it's all good. This one, I pronounce as holy. Oh, this changes things. I pronounce who I am and how I feel right now as holy. What? Yeah. Even if you're not feeling great, it's right where you need to be. There may be a lesson here for you. There may be an experience here for you. It's a powerful tool of recognizing that this moment is holy. It's sacred. You're pronouncing yourself and what you're experiencing as sacred. That's powerful. My family and how they love me as holy. Because it's sacred. This is your sacred destiny to be born into that family, to get what you needed to get maybe some things you didn't want, and now to move on and to learn from that. Maybe your family didn't treat you right. Do you treat others the same way? No. You've learned. Your soul has learned the lesson and moved beyond that. If you have a really close, warm, happy family, that's wonderful. And you can bless that and pronounce that as holy. I pronounce my strong and incredibly healthy body as holy. This is the temple of your soul. This is the physical residence where your soul abides. And when you believe it to be holy and acknowledge it as holy, you treat it a little better. I'm a great one for let me just burn myself into the ground and then struggle with the consequences. But if we can treat it as holy and rest when we need to, eat good foods, then that body can serve us. I pronounce all my friends as holy, as I wish for them love and prosperity. Your friends are holy. Those are holy, sacred relationships. And we count them as holy. They're important in your life. They're significant for you. You weren't born on the top of a mountain all by yourself. Some of us that are introverts would like to be. And you can go there on vacation or in your mind's eye. But your friends are important. Those relationships are holy. The abundance you already have, we pronounce that as holy. Maybe you don't have everything you want or would like or would make your life comfortable or at ease. But what you have is an abundance and is a blessing. And the more you have as an abundance, when we have those positive feelings about that and recognizing that, more can come. More can come. That's the power of manifestation. I pronounce my home and how I live as holy. Kind of treat our things a little bit better when we do that. I pronounce my excellent work, my associates, and my boss as holy. Well, okay. You're right where you are, doing right what you need to be doing for a reason. For a reason. You don't have to know what it is. Source does. And that situation is holy because it's bringing you right where you need to be. Roy, he and Carol are out on vacation, his saying is, be the star in a dark place. Isn't that right? Be the star, be the bright star in a dark night. Be the star. I pronounce my mind and my clear insights as holy. Pay attention to what you're thinking. Is worry holy? Stop it. Replace it with something better for yourself. I have more to say on that here in a minute. I bless and I am blessed. Are we ready for this one? Eyebrow. I pronounce who I am and how I feel right now as holy. Side of the eye. I pronounce my family and how they love me as holy. Under the eye. I pronounce my strong and incredibly healthy body as holy. Under the nose. I pronounce all my friends as holy, as I wish for them love and prosperity. Chin. I pronounce all the abundance I already have in my life as holy. Collarbone. I pronounce my home and how I live as holy. Armpit. I pronounce my excellent work, my associates, and my boss as holy. Crown. I pronounce my mind and my clear insights as holy. Heel of the hand. I bless and am blessed. Can I tell you a little story about this mind and clear insights? Okay, I wrote a blog, put on my website. I was so proud of myself. First time I'd done it on the new website. It's about divine timing. And then somebody had asked for us to go and do a clearing at their place of work because there seems to be some spooky things going around. So we're going to do that Saturday morning. And so this person connected with me and said, well, I could be there at 7. And I thought, I just don't have a good feeling on that. So I said, I think next week would be better. So let's just hold off. I heard from him last night. He says, oh, thank God we didn't do that. Apparently his boss had been on surveillance. And there had been cameras and surveillance at his place of work. He would have gotten in big trouble. His boss would have gotten in big trouble. His boss was exonerated of all wrong, but he said this is divine timing / save my bacon. That we pay attention to when it just doesn't feel right. Pay attention, because those insights are going to come through, and when you follow them, there's really good rewards and awesome blessing as a result of that. So pay attention. Next slide, Mr. Phil. Uh-oh. I don't know if you can go back. Can you go back? Previous. Look at you. There we are. Oh, I'm so excited. Before we do this one we're going to do is a guided meditation. So I really want you to pay attention to this one. Because here's what happens with gratitude. Mind, mood, and memory a little magazine put out by Massachusetts General Hospital. And what it says about gratitude is that focusing on things for which you are grateful counteracts depression and anxiety, lowers chronic stress, promotes feeling of love and mutual interdependence with others, helps you cope with adversity, and is linked to greater feelings of life satisfaction and well-being. And further on it says, it also is linked with improved sleep, lower levels of inflammation, more adaptive immune function, lower risk of physical conditions that can affect your body. And at the very last, here it is. Measures of gratitude show a reduction in markers of inflammation and cardiac risk than participants who got usual care when they did a study on gratitude. So gratitude boosts mental and physical health. Now here's the thing with gratitude. What's gratitude? How does that feel? Well, you know, think about something you're really, really grateful for. Blah. Thank you for that confirmation. I appreciate that. What happens is your heart space opens. Can you feel that? Your solar plexus opens. Your awareness opens. And your spinal column, the tissue between each spinal vertebrae. See, those stupid words. I need to be more grateful and then I can have better mind function. The space in there opens up. So when you feel gratitude, you also feel more grounded and more connected at the same time. It's a powerful sense, a powerful feeling. Gratitude, appreciation, they all kind of fit in the same vein there. So I'm going to slowly go through this. We'll tap as we go. But I want you to be aware with each one, your heart opening up, your solar plexus opens up, your awareness opens up, your spinal column opens up, you're more grounded and you're more connected. I want you to feel that. Because when we're stressed out, research shows us we go stupid. We can't think as clearly, we can't function as clearly, our hand and motor and eye coordination is compromised. But when we're grateful, everything works better. So are you in this place with me now? Can you feel this sense of expansiveness and awareness? All right, I want you to take a deep breath in. And exhale. I'd like you to take another deep breath in. And exhale. And a third one. Deep breath in and exhale. Because as soon as we go through this, I'm going to have you say this quietly to yourself. As soon as we go through this, then I'm going to walk you. So just in your mind's eye now, repeat after me as you would. I feel gratitude for who I am and how I feel right now. If you want to tap above your eyebrow just gently. Let me repeat that one. I feel gratitude for who I am and how I feel right now. And feel that gratitude. Now just put your hands down and just feel the gratitude for who you are and how you feel right now. Feel your heart space expand. Feel your solar plexus expand. Your awareness expands. Your spinal column opens up. You feel more grounded. You feel more connected spiritually. Now the next one is the side of the eye. I feel gratitude for my family and how they love me. You put your hand down and just feel your heart space expand when you become aware of your family. Your solar plexus expands. Who you are isn't dependent upon whether they like you or not, but love is there. Feel your mind expand. Feel your spine open up. Feel connected and grounded at the same time. Now under the eye. I feel gratitude for my strong and incredibly healthy body. Feel your heart space expand. Feel your solar plexus expand. Feel your awareness expand. Your spinal column open up. Feel grounded and more clearly connected to spirit. Under the nose, I feel gratitude for all my friends as I wish them love and prosperity. Feel your heart space open for your friends. Feel your solar plexus open for your friends. Feel your mind open for your friends. Feel your spinal column open. Feel grounded and connected. The chin. I feel gratitude for all the abundance I already have in my life. Feel your heart expand about that. Feel your solar plexus expand about that. Feel your awareness, your mind expand about that. Feel your spinal column open. Feel grounded and connected. Collarbone. I feel gratitude for my home and how I live. Feel your heart open up. Feel your solar plexus open up. You feel safe. That's where safety resides. Your awareness opens up. Your spinal column opens up. You feel grounded and you feel connected. Under the arm, I feel gratitude for my excellent work, my associates, and my boss. Even if you're your own boss, have gratitude for that. Feel your heart open, your solar plexus open, your awareness open. Feel your spinal column open. Feel connected, grounded, and connected. The crown. I feel gratitude for my mind and my clear insights. Feel your heart space open. Feel your solar plexus open. Feel your mind open. Feel your spine open. Feel grounded and connected. Heel of your hand. I bless and am blessed. Feel your heart open. Solar plexus open. Your awareness open. Your spinal column opens. You feel grounded and connected. And now let's take a little walk. So in your mind's eye, imagine that you're walking upon a path. This is not an ordinary path. This is a path that is bright light. And not only bright light, but filled with sparkles. So it's even brighter than just bright. This is your sacred path. You're right where you need to be, doing right what you need to do on your sacred path, because you're here and you're alive. And you can honor that about yourself. Feel safe about that about yourself. And as you're walking on this sacred path, this path of destiny, you know that your destiny can change in a heartbeat. All it takes is a different choice from you. That nothing is set except the fact that you are set to make your own choices in this world. And because this is a spiritual path, as well as your destiny here, there are spirit animals that would love to come to you and communicate with you and bring you an energy. So just be mindful as you're walking along this path, and the spirit animal that is right for you right now will appear. Now, word of caution, maybe you don't like spiders, but a spider appears. There's a message from the spider. You don't have to kiss it. Just be aware that it has an energetic structure that it's going to give you that you could harness and utilize in your life right now. So whatever you see, maybe it's something simple like an ant or maybe it's something grand like an eagle, or maybe it's something mythical like a dragon. Whatever you experience is what is right for you in this moment and will have spiritual significance for you, even if you don't know in this moment what that might mean for you. So just acknowledge that and be aware of that beautiful spirit creature and receive with gratitude, with that open heart, that open solar plexus, that open mind, and that open spine. Receive this gift of its presence. And walk a little further along. And you'll be met by a being of light. And this being of light has a gift to give you. Perhaps it's a tool, or a word, or a thought, or a feeling. It's what will help you on your path right now. So even if you don't know the spiritual significance of whatever you've received, know that it is important for you and has spiritual significance, and receive that with deep gratitude. Fill your heart space open. Maybe you have a sense of wonder about me, the divine source, and this spiritual being is being mindful of me. Allow your solar plexus to open and feel honored and feel strong and encouraged. Feel your mind open and know that there is meaning here for you. Feel your spine open and know that this is empowering for you. And as you receive that gift, you realize that the gratitude that you share within your heart, within your being right now, that experience of gratitude is that it has created for you a gift you are going to give in exchange. Perhaps it's a word or a thought or a feeling, or perhaps it's a symbolic object that you don't even know what it means. But your generosity, your gratitude has created a symbolic object that you are now going to give this spirit being. And it has great spiritual significance for you. So just be aware of that and be mindful of that. And now continue on this beautiful sparkling path and allow this beautiful sparkling path to bring you back into this time and space, back into the here and now, back into your physical form, feeling renewed, revitalized. You might want to take a deep breath in, stretch a little bit. You might want to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Welcome back. I'm going to let you be with that just for a second. So, Mr. Phil, would you like to? Okay, communion. We just had communion with Spirit in a divine way. This is a physical manifestation of that. So as you consume that, please be aware of that divine connection. We have unleavened bread if you like the tradition of that, rice cakes if you're wheat intolerant, animal crackers if you'd like to honor a Native American pathway. Whatever works for you, works for us. Would you join us in prayer, please? Loving Spirit of light, thank you. We have such deep gratitude for the awarenesses that you've brought to us this morning. We ask that you walk with us in all things and help us to remember that you are mindful of us and aware of us. These things we ask in the name of Jesus. Amen. As that continues around, would you join us in prayer again, please? Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life, all of it, and help us to drink it in with great gratitude. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. Sure, why not?
You don't need a microphone, do you?
No, I don't. Boy, howdy. I don't know about you, but I love this place. We keep the lights on, except for when we're doing guided meditation, the lights come off. So your donations keep us running, keep us going. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here and be of service, and I'm grateful that you're here. So thank you.
And the people on YouTube can go to our website.
And the people on YouTube can go to our website and also donate. Thank you for that.
And they do.
And they do. Who knew? It's a miracle.
Oh, and thanks to Fred on that.
Yeah, Fred got that started for us. Thank you, sir. While that's going around, does anyone have a comment or question about your meditation? I'm going to sit for a minute.
Okay.
Warm myself out.
So when I was there, the pathway was like completely white almost. Like very, very white. And there was very little color. The spider gave me a white ball of light, a little sphere to give me.
Cool.
And said peace as I walked away, and then the other one gave me another sphere of light, but it came in the form of a flame.
A flame.
But
Very
it
cool.
wasn't destructive. It was soft and calm. I was able to hold it. Then it turned into a yellow ball of light, and then they mixed together to become white and yellow.
Wonderful. So the energy of the white is, then I'll get back to your gift. The energy of the white is clarity, and like they said, peace, and yellow is joy. And what did you get back?
I gave back truth.
Truth. Okay. So you can speak your truth with peace and joy. So it won't be hurtful. Beautiful. Wonderful. You want to pass it back? Oh, okay. Allie?
I had a red fox show up. Like, I don't think you got the words out of your mouth, and it bounded right in front of me. And then it kind of swished around my legs for a second.
And the energy of fox is cunning.
Oh,
Knowing what to do and when to do it.
okay. And then what I was given was it was a gold chevron, like a general or something. And then I gave back a feather, and I gave her a kiss on the cheek.
Wonderful. So the chevron is power.
Okay.
So this will give you power in your own life.
Okay.
Decision-making power, choice, that sort of thing. And the feather, what do you think the feather means for you? What color was it?
It was white with a little tinge of gray, maybe like on the end.
Okay. So the white is purity. That's purity of spirit. So
I felt the word freedom.
Wonderful, yeah.
So
Cool. Fly free, girl.
This was probably one of the most fun ones I've had.
Oh, yay. Fun is good.
When I saw the path, I didn't just walk it. I was skipping and twirling and laughing, and bluebirds started swirling around my head. Which
I
was
want
like,
your guidance.
I know, right? I felt like Cinderella. But this person that came to me was Jesus.
Oh, awesome.
And he opened his hands, and I received love. And what I gave back was of my heart.
No greater gift to give, is there? So bluebirds of happiness, a sparkly path, the man, love. It's all about love. Awesome. Very cool.
So for me, I couldn't get anything for the spirit animal or guide or anything, until we got to this the spirit of who was it joined us. And at first, again, it was just completely blank, and then a centurion arrived. So I got that was part of the animal and the spirit person. And he gave me a bow and arrow. So,
Truth, clarity of truth.
yeah. And
The
I gave
ability to
him
speak
back, it was like it was a vessel of water that he could kind of call on me or come to me whenever he needed anything, healing or anything like that.
Where he could come to you?
Yeah, so that he could it was a way for him to communicate
Gotcha.
to me, to call
Wonderful.
me if he needed anything.
They're very powerful. A lot of have authority. So this will give you a lot of authority, spiritual authority. Across the hall?
I had a changing of the spirit animal guard. It was weird. We were in the jungle with a black jaguar who's been with me for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden we hit this line and we were Arctic. And the jaguar stopped and there was a pack of wolves with us. And the pack of wolves continued with me and there was a polar bear waiting for us. And the jaguar and the polar bear touched noses and the jaguar walked back into the rainforest and the polar bear let me get on her back and go with her, and the
Very
wolves went
cool.
with us.
Very cool.
I think I get partly what that means, but help.
Well, it means that you're going through change in your life and you no longer need that same huntress that the jaguar was. You don't need that power. You don't need to wait. You don't need to be hidden. Now the polar bear is hidden in plain sight. So you can be yourself, you can be who you are. The people that are looking for you, are ready to see you, can see you. And those that aren't ready for what you have will be oblivious. How cool is that? You like
This
that?
is why I ask, because you hit it right on the head. And when we started, I had a sword made of fire, and the gift I was given was a shield made of ice.
Oh, fire and ice. You got it all.
Wait, what does that mean? I'm stuck.
Well, passion. You get to follow your passion and wield your passion with power and with grace, not so it harms anyone else. And the ice shield is to be able to shield yourself from other people's criticism. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, back here. We'll get back. We'll bring it back this way now. Go ahead. Marlena.
Yeah. It was kind of strange because the animal didn't want to come out at first, and I had to encourage it. It was a very shy lizard-like, I think, chameleon, actually. And the guide was like the alien gray. Go
It
figure.
was like what?
Like the aliens that you see,
okay.
you know, the grays or whatever. I was given, I felt it be put on my face, a mask of some sort or whatever. And what I gave back was music.
Very cool. So let's start from the beginning. Your little chameleon was a little shy.
Yeah, it didn't want to come out.
Well, and they change colors so they can't be seen. That's part of there's a part of you that's ready to emerge, but not quite yet.
Okay.
So it's honoring that and allowing it to feel safe enough so that it can emerge. So there's something new within you or some new talent or ability that is requiring your encouragement at this point.
Maybe.
So that it can emerge and be seen. Then what were you given? I'm sorry.
Well, the strange thing to me was the alien that was like the guide.
Right, and what did he give you?
And they gave me a mask. I literally felt it go on my face.
Okay. So the fact that it's alien is like it's foreign to you. So masks, usually we try to take them off. But this feels more like, rather than being a falsehood, this is allowing yourself to see you as you really are.
Okay.
Giving you permission to see who you really are. Like the chameleon, and you may put on a happy face when you need to, or whatever. This is allowing you to see yourself as you really are.
Okay.
Does that
And the
feel right?
music that I gave back, I gave to him.
Life is a song. So, you know, everything in harmony. This is, you're bringing yourself, you bring harmony into other situations. Do
Oh,
you
God,
know?
I hope so.
Yeah, that's one of your heart things that you came here to do.
Okay.
So you know that when people are not in harmony around you, part of what you came here to do is to bring that harmony.
Thank you. I
Is to
believe that.
Yes, to
I see
reestablish that harmony.
that. I see that.
And how you reestablish that harmony, I'm being shared with you one more thing. That is, you are a pure tone. Be that pure tone of love, and everything can harmonize to that.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so
Thank
can
you.
you pass the microphone forward? Anybody else along the way? Shannon?
The first animal that showed up was a bunny, and I picked it up and take it with me, and then all of a sudden, as I was picking it up, I felt little itty bitty claws on my leg and all the way up. It was a kitten that decided to perch on my shoulder and hitch a ride.
Kittens and bunnies. Oh. Gets to be soft and sweet. Life gets to be soft and sweet now.
And the being of light gave me treats. It was not just animal treats, kitty, doggy, whatever, bunny. Gave me a bag full of treats. And then I gave back a salt and pepper shaker that was together. And it was full of salt and pepper. And then a shake weight.
You're going to shake things up, Missy. You're going to shake things up. That's what you came here to do, shake things up. The kitten and the bunny are here to soften your soul or help you remain soft and not let the hardness of the world bring you hardness, so that you can keep that soft self that you have, that soft side that you are. There was something else there. Tell me more about. Tell me again.
The being was just a being of light. I really couldn't tell who, male, female. Just it was pure light. And then the salt and pepper shaker that was the same. It was together.
Yeah, I think you came here to shake the world up. Shake it up, girl. And be soft. You have permission to be soft as you're shaking things up. Because haven't you in your whole life not been able to tolerate things that were inappropriate and hurtful and hateful, and you can't do that. So you came here to shake that up so it isn't keep going that way.
Yeah.
And you can do that with the softness that you really are. How cool is that?
I'm also getting that she's being given the ability to show other people that you can be soft and still fix things.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That, well, I don't know that the camera did. So that
Not really.
So that she could show other people how to change things in a soft way. Wonderful. Thank you for that. One more up here, and then I have a last comment I wanted to throw out there. Oh, two more up here. Sorry. Thank you.
So in the beginning, the wolf was on my right side, the bear on my left, and then the eagle flew overhead and then hovered and then put its talons in my hair and scalp and pulled my body off and flew off with it, so that I was spirit.
Yeah, don't take that burden with you on a spiritual journey.
So I walked or floated or something toward the spirit being, and I sort of mentioned that I felt a little funny without a body here, you know. So she gave me a stronger etheric body.
Wonderful. Very cool.
So
you got some spirit traveling to do, I think.
Oh, do you think that's what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And you don't need to do it in your physical form.
Okay.
But spirit's got that. Eagle is great spirit. So eagle's going to watch and protect your physical form. And now you have a stronger ethereal body that's going to help you in the journey that you do. So you probably can do healings on other people in this ethereal realm. Lots of things.
Okay.
That you probably already know you're doing, but you're going to be doing it better.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Cool.
One more thing. The bear and the wolf, physical form and flies with the eagle. The bear and the wolf are there to protect her physical form.
Okay, bear and wolf are there to protect her physical form. Thank you.
I'm a little nervous, but what I saw on my path, on my right side, the forest was all burnt. On the left side, it was paradise. My white poodle is deceased, but he was with me.
Oh, wonderful.
And he was very happy. But up ahead, I noticed a very bright light, like as if it's God's hand or Jesus' hand, but I couldn't see the whole hand, just the tips, but it was very bright light. And I felt like it was all love. What I gave, I didn't give anything. It was just feeling, like the feeling of love, the feeling of comfort and safety. And that's what I felt.
Wonderful. So you're probably giving that to people right now. You probably already help people feel safe. So they're acknowledging that for you. How wonderful is that? Wonderful is that? So you needed to hear that? If you have other comments and questions, you can share that with me later. I do have a handout I want to give you. How are you feeling after all of that? You know, sometimes we come to church and we feel burdened down and we feel sorrowful and hurting. I'm really hoping this blessed you as much as it blessed me. So all 4 tapping things are on a sheet here for you, if I get some people to help pass those out. If you think you need extra, I think I've made extra, so take what serves you. Any final questions before we go? Okay, and one final, I'm really grateful and have much gratitude for Mary for sharing that with us. Mr. Phil? After those papers are handed out,
Yes.
we probably